ICAN exam prediction logic. This video is to give you the logic on how to predict the likely topics to be tested. Now the caveat here is that this is not 100% certain, but over time this has been the trend and you should not rely on it 100%. So what I'm just saying is that read all necessary topics, know them. However, I have classified them into 4 factors to use to predict the likely topics to be tested. One is the examiner's factor, the pitfall factor, the historical frequency factor, and the necessity factor. I've actually added weights to them, with the examiner factor carrying the highest weight, meaning that the examiner, why this matters is that for the examiner repeatedly we test the topics where students perform poorly. And for the pitfalls, topics with recurring mistakes with low performance tend to reappear for reinforcement so that the students get to know it better. So this is likened to the first one also. Then we have the historical frequency. Some topics are historically tested. They have high frequency of being tested. For instance, when I was writing many years ago, I realized that group accounts, ratio analysis were always tested in financial accounting. Then it was called financial account, not financial reporting now. So what it means is that I just make sure I know this in every angle it could come. So we are talking about high frequency of topics being tested. Then for necessity, we are saying there are some topics based on current situations. Those topics may be tested. For instance, there is a change in tax law, which we believe that after 6 months, most likely it might come into the syllabus. So once it's inside the syllabus, be sure that it will be tested. So the new tax laws are likely to be tested once they are inside the ICAN syllabus or after 6 months of their enactment. Also, I have another example is that a topic could have moved from another course. Like we have we have capital budgeting that we move from performance management into financial management. Then you should expect such kind of topics. So when a topic also have been moved or introduced newly into a course, you should expect such topics. So these are the ways you can use to predict. These 4 ways you can predict. The one we talk about, pitfalls and examiner factor. If you check some previous diet, if for instance there is a question that's a topic that the examiner wrote that the performance was below average, most times we expect those topics to be tested again. Or where we say we have major pitfalls in those kind of topics, then we expect them to be tested for reinforcement. So these are the ways you can predict. I hope this helps you. I will maybe do other videos later on to talk about the probabilities of some topic being tested, but I would like to focus on performance management, which is the topic I take, which is the course I take. So I hope this helps you in your preparation of exam. This most likely may work for those who do not have all the time to go through all the topics. You may not have all the time to go through all the topics because of time schedule, maybe your work or at home. So you want to just do some permutations. But like I said, this is not 100% accurate. But over time, this is a trend that has always occurred. So you can work with this. I hope this helps you. Wishing you all the best.